What is up, guys? Doomwick here, and welcome back to some more Pioneer content on the channel. We do have some Standard on the way, so be sure that, be on the lookout for that. We've been playing, I played about 8 hours of Standard yesterday, probably going to do a lot of longer streams this week, so if you're interested in Standard, go head over to the live stream. Link should be in the description down below. And be on the lookout for those videos. But today, we have some Pioneer for you. And, Pioneer, again, as I said in a previous video, may not be supported as a competitive format by WotC anymore, but I still really enjoy the format. I think there's a lot of room to explore and a lot of things to try out. And Duskmourn is probably the single most impactful set that's happened to Pioneer in quite some time. And we have another card from Duskmourn to showcase to you guys today. Before we get started, a quick word from our sponsor. This video is brought to you by CoolStuffInc.com. They got cool stuff, and they have it in stock. Alrighty, folks, so we are going to be taking a look at Ojer Axonil Deepest Might today, which is a 4/4 for 4. It says, if a red source you control would deal an amount of non-combat damage less than its power, if that source deals that much damage equal to its power instead. So every time you have something that pings your opponent with non-combat damage, instead of dealing 1 damage, it's now dealing 4 damage because Ojer is a 4/4. So that is kind of the concept here that we're going for. We have a couple of different ways to sort of deal our opponent non-combat damage. Goblin Chainwhirler enters, deals 1. Razorkin Needlehead, every single time they draw a card, deals 1. Eidolon of the Great Revel doesn't deal 1, but it deals 2, and you kind of get the idea. Rampaging Ferocidon, when they play a creature. Chandra, Dress to Kill, uptick, deal them a damage. Leyline of Combustion is a cool one because it's a free spell, quote-unquote free, and every single time they target one of your creatures, they take 2, which now they, you guessed it, take 4. So there's a lot of cool ways to utilize Ojer Axonil. Also Hired Claw, attack, deal them 4. And that is really the entire deck. The entire concept and deck is built around having Ojer in play. Now, the problem is you only got 4 copies of Ojer, and it's going to die a lot. So in the games you don't draw Ojer, you still kind of have a reasonable mix of cards. You have good red cards such as Kumano, one of the best 1-drop red cards ever printed. Again, the Needlehead's 2/2 first strike. Eidolon can deal them a lot of damage. Screaming Nemesis is a fantastic card that's also very good in red mirrors because if your opponent is trying to kill it with damage-based removal, you're almost always going to get a 2-for-1 out of that. And then, again, the Chainwhirlers, Ferocidons, reasonable bodies. So you do just have a bunch of okay cards that just all happen to end the game on the spot when you resolve and keep and play an Ojer for a turn or 2. So that's kind of the concept there. As far as the mana base, we are a mono red deck, but we do have a light green splash in the sideboard for some Pawpatch formations to be able to kill demons and annex and things like that, as well as Back to Nature for those pesky Zur and enigmatic decks. We got some torches for the red mirrors, rending volleys for Phoenix, and, flyers and humans and stuff. Ghost Vacuum, also good against Phoenix. And then additional copies of Magebane, hey, also good against Phoenix. There's a lot of that deck rolling around. But yeah, pretty simple and straightforward deck list. There's not a ton else to discuss here. But yeah, we are going to see if we can, unleash the true power of Ojer. Will we do that? Only one way to find out. I will see you back here in just a little bit for round number 1. And it is a little weird to see main deck Lizard, but it does kind of make sense with Ojer. Is it Ojer or O'Hare? Like Chicago O'Hare International Airport? Every time, by the way. This is why I don't play ley lines. I bet you're not surprised that I drew the ley line that turn. I don't even what do you want me to say? I don't know what you want me to say. You can't make this stuff up, man. You just can't make it up. It writes itself. It simply just writes itself. Maybe I'll draw land at some point. Yeah, that is a good point. Back to nature with Leyline, Kumano, and Eidolon. I guess I would assume that in the matches you board in Leyline, you board out the or in the matches you board in Back to Nature, you board out the Leylines. I think Back to Nature is not where I want to be against this opponent. Probably just that. Did I forget to pay the MTGO premium? Apparently I did. Look, I told you. In order for me to afford the MTGO premium, we have to hit the sub goal first. So if you guys want the streamer to re-up the MTGO premium, we have to get to that sub goal first. That's the only way to do it. Seems actually pretty good, right? Can put back this, I think. Just flip Ojer and play it like a land. Well, how does it even flip, by the way? I don't think I've ever flipped that card. Oh, it flips when it dies? Okay. I see. Turn to Glizzy. Pawpatch not looking super great here. Go for the throat. Throat successfully gone for. I guess we're cycling one of these Pawpatches because they're just not going to give us targets for it. Okay. Chat, let him cook. Okay. Something, right? Maybe? Bro, chill. Chill. Yeah, what if I died, do I flip into a land? This is not going well. I know you're probably already aware of this, but this is not going particularly well. Blade of the Oni. Okay, that was... Oh my god. Surely this is the match that I can have a reasonable draw. Just couple of lands, couple of spells. Okay, this is kind of like a 3-land hand. We can work with this. Leyline in the opening hand. They said it couldn't be done. They said it couldn't be done. Why not FOMO or Fable for consistency? So I think that the concept of the deck was that they wanted to play as many things as possible that you could pair with Ojer. It is possible that we have too many things. Like that is certainly a possibility. And maybe there, like you said, should be like some FOMOs or some Fables. I think FOMO is not great because we don't have a ton of ways to get Delirium. But Fable specifically could be very good. And Fable kind of works well with Ojer in the sense that you can copy the other things that it pairs with to, like, if you like copy Ferocidon on their turn with Fable, you get double damage, or you get like more damage with Ojer. So Fable could be worth it, yeah. It's also kind of a low land count for a deck with this kind of curve, right? I think there's 22 lands total. Yeah, 20 lands plus 2 Spikefield, but it's this many 3s and 4s. I guess this isn't a 4, right? So it's like not quite as bad. Yeah, I think either like Fable the Mirror Breaker to help smooth out the curve or just more lands could be good. Yeah, true. Fable lets you loot away ley lines that you've drawn. You can just go beatdowns, honestly. If they trade for Eidolon, I think that's good for me because I get a 4/4 token. Yeah, they don't even want to trade here. I guess Coco doesn't trigger Screaming, or Coco doesn't trigger Eidolon, which is a little awkward. But they also can't cast Coco because of Thalia. Okay, that's fine. Take a little bit of damage here. Not ideal. Guess we just go Ferocidon pass. I mean, it's like, it's getting a little dicey at this point with the Eidolon and the Ferocidon. It's like, can we actually cast spells? It's getting a little dicey. Just a little bit. Elite Spellbinder. So now they have to take Ojer. Because if they don't take Ojer, they can't cast any spells for the rest of the game. If we draw land, of course. Right, if you had Fable, you would definitely... Oh, they didn't take the Ojer. Land meat? It's weird. It's gonna seem like I'm slow rolling them, but I think actually not cast... Nah, I'm just kidding. I mean, like, I don't want to kill the Thalia, because the Thalia is preventing them from casting the Coco. But it is... You know what? I'm actually just not going to attack. Because if I attack with Eidolon, they block. And then I go to 8. If I attack with Ferocidon, they double block. And I kind of just want to keep the Eidolon in play, because if the Eidolon stays in play, they can't cast spells, right? Oh, I kind of wanted to drop the challenge. Okay, so they are playing Green-White Company. So Volley, Torch, good. Lizard, not good. And Chandra's kind of awkward because it's not great against Thalia. Could bring in Pawpatch Formation too, because they do have a lot of flyers. Yeah, I O2'd already. What do we want to board the Pawpatch Formations in over? Maybe like Nemesis is not great against them. Because Nemesis kind of just gets Skyclaved. Yeah, the challenge did not go particularly well for us. Was not a very good day in the challenge streets. Viper, thank you for the follow. Let's go. Do we have 60 people that are not currently following? 60 is kind of a lot, but Llanowar Elves. Okay, this hand might have been a little too land heavy to keep, but okay, they got more elves. Moss Elves. Gonna need a couple of spells here. Going to need some spells. Please and thank you. It is a little awkward that Collected Company does not trigger Eidolon either. I mean, it's something, right? It is something. It is something. Yeah, see, the thing is, they're just not even going to counter the Eidolon. Because them casting Collected Company doesn't trigger it, so they don't even care. Captain Wolf, thank you for the follow. Werefox Bodyguard. Bazaar of Boxes. Thank you for the raid. Welcome everybody from Bazaar Stream. We are playing some Pioneer today. We were playing the challenge. That did not go very well. but we are playing some mono red Ojer in the league streets. So thank you for the raid. Hope you had a good stream. Rending Volley. Can volley the bodyguard to get back the Eidolon. Actually, kind of want to take the trade here. Trading for the RC in your country. I tried the Orzhov Demons and dropped the list before. Every single tier 1 prowess risk. Yeah, I haven't tried the Demons deck yet. I lost to it in the challenge. The Demons deck does look very good, though. I guess we should just do this now. Before they can sack the bodyguard. But yeah, demons very, very good right now. If I was playing, like if I had the European RC to come up that I was playing this weekend, I would probably play some sort of demons deck. I kind of think I like Golgari more though, because Glissa is really good in the demon mirror matches. Because it can kill Annex and it can also kill them. Like if they play an Archfiend and you have a Glissa, like they kind of just have to chump block, or else you just remove counters from the Archfiend. So Glissa seems really good in the Demon Mirrors. So I think that's where I would want to be. I would like you to take 4 damage panic. It's going to be a -4. They do get the draw card, though. Abe Shid, how you doing today? Welcome back. Thank you for the 19-month resub. We get some Deck Yaz in the chat for Ape Shit. Appreciate the resub. Getting us that much closer to the coveted Deck Yeah t-shirt. We're so close, chat. We're just slightly over 50 subs away for a Deck Yeah t-shirt. We're getting there. We're very close. I don't know about you guys, but I would be very, very interested in a Deck Yeah t-shirt. Okay, take 2. This is a weird game. So now basically every spell they cast deals them 4 damage. Wait, did they officially spoil Opt for the base set? Because I know we had this discussion where Opt was going to be not, or Opt was in that like fancy starter products, but we didn't say it was in the base set, right? What's up, Sam Shot? It's better if you redeem the deck, yeah, though. Just saw it on Yo Man's Twitter. That's sick. I'm resending everything. I'm at 6. I think we have to hold back the Eidolon. Because I really want to block with the Eidolon. Maybe I should have done that last turn. Yeah, you can ignore the challenge deck. We are no longer participating in the challenge. Okay, let me get a confirmation of this. Okay. You're taking the rest. Yeah, good with the new Thassa too. Yep. I mean, Opt is just a card that should be in standard, you know, with it basically within perpetuity. I don't like that. So now they go to 7. In order to flip this, transform if red sources you control dealt 4 or more non-combat damage this turn. That's gotta be kind of tough. I don't know about that. That is going to prove difficult. They also gain 2 life on combat here with the Innocence. So it's kind of unlikely that I'm going to be able to kill them next turn. It's possible I was supposed to Rending Volley on my own turn, because now they can just cast. I was going to say they could cast Under their Interrupter. Volley does 4. I kind of have to cast the Volley on their turn, though, because I need the blocker. I think I can't hold the Volley until my turn. Although, now I'm just dead, right? They attack me to 2 and I can't cast spells. Like, I'm not sure there's a card that I can draw that... a card that I can cast that gets me out of this. Because I can't cast spells with the Eidolon in play. Yeah, it doesn't do it. Alright, game 3. There's definitely some weird... You get into these weird spots with Eidolon. It's almost like not even playing Magic, you know? Like it's like you're playing a sub-game. You just get put into these spots where you have to, like, play so differently than you would normally. I would play Inferno Titan if it was legal. I would do it. All right, what do we have here? Pretty good hand. Keep this. We got a Leyline. We have an answer to their elf. We got a turn 2 Eidolon. This hand cooks. You're supposed to play an elf on turn 1. What's that? Well, now that we know they don't have an elf, I just don't have to hold the hazard. And if they have an elf, we can just kill it with Chainwhirler next turn anyways. Leyline of Combustion, Bustin. Thalia? Let me tell you about my best friend. I don't know about you, but it feels really good to cast Goblin Chainwhirler. It's just a very satisfying card to play with. And I don't get to cast it often nowadays. It's kind of been outmodded. It still hits, though, you know. Oh, yeah. Now, just imagine if you had the Deck Yacht image on a t-shirt. Imagine that for a second. We're Fox Bodyguard. I'm just going to do this. I know I could, like, wait till their turn to play the Chainwhirler, but the problem with waiting till their turn is what if they have Interrupter? Yes, I have heard about that. That is an old classic. People used to play, when Chainwhirler was legal in Standard, people played Chainwhirler plus Status and Statue. I don't know if anybody remembers that, but... Yes, I have, Hunter. I was playing Magic during that time. I played that deck. That deck was sick. 2 Enduring Innocence, huh? Okay. Yeah, that deck was super sick. I think that was Brad's creation, right? Oh, right. I forgot about that. I actually did forget about that. And I'm assuming they also probably forgot about that. Llanowar Elves. Okay. To draw a card. Pay 2 life for a Llanowar Elves? I would never. Alright, I'm going to play this pre-combat. Because they probably have to cast Coco now to try and hit Interrupter for it. And then if they do play Coco now, we have a better idea of what we want to attack with. Because if they just hit a bunch of tutus, I might just send everything. Okay, that's not what you wanted to hit, I'm guessing. This one. So now, every time they cast a spell that is not a collected company, they take 4 damage. And every time they target one of my things with like a Skyclave apparition, they also take 4 more damage. Bloodfeather Phoenix for burn? I don't even know what Bloodfeather Phoenix is. Bloodfeather Phoenix. 2 mana, 2/2 flyer. Can't block. Whenever an instant or sorcery spell you control deals damage to an opponent or battle, you may pay R. If you do, return it from your graveyard to the battlefield. Is that good? I mean, I guess you have enough 1 mana burn spells that maybe it's fine. No, it doesn't work, Scouter, because it's non-combat damage. It doesn't work the way that you want it to. Yeah, true. I guess maybe you have enough 1 mana burn spells to make it good. I could buy it. I'm willing to believe that it's potentially good. Oh, so they're dead. Nice. I mean, they didn't have any outs anyway, so it's fine, but... Okay. Ojer is a nice card. But we have achieved greatness. Nothing in the world will ever top that. Defeating Selesnya Company. I believed. I don't believe that you believed. I feel like you're lying to me. I think you're right, Tonber. I think we have... Non-Annex, non-Coco deck spotted. Also, main deck Magebane Lizard against whatever this is. Probably a good idea. I have to assume that main deck Magebane Lizard probably good against Jeskai Ascendancy. Yeah, Taibu, is that you? No! How could you? What do you think a Dread Horde Arcanist deck is missing in Pioneer? Lurrus. The answer is Lurrus, and unfortunately, we will never, ever, ever see the cat for the rest of our lives. Oh, 7's for Lurrus, by the way. Pay your respects to the cat. The one and only will never be beaten. Scouter spit on the cat. Mods, please address that. How dare you talk about Lurrus in that vein? Unbelievable. Lurrus is the greatest card of all time, and I will not accept any other answer. Look, even though it was completely broken in half, I don't disagree with that. It was so fun to play with. It was like one of the very, like, I've played Eldrazi Winter, I've played Hogak, you know, played during Nadu. Like, none of these decks were fun to play, like, genuinely fun to play. Lurrus was really fun to play with. Am I deceased? Oh, they need the Helix, right? I think I'm deceased if they have Helix. That also kills me, because they can just do it infinitely and then find the Helix. Or they still need the... No, they don't need the Helix, right? Because they sack... Activate, untap. Okay. Yeah, okay. Okay, Didge. Ghost Vacuum coming in. Magebane coming in. I wish we had a way to kill artifacts instead of just enchantments. Probably Volley. And then cut these. Sounds good. I imagine this is also good against their combo too, right? Because their combo involves Ascendancy drawing their whole deck. But you could anti your Lotus. What if I don't want to? I don't want, dude. You know what I'm saying? Okay, hear me out. The vintage cube draft, the IRL vintage cube draft should have been, they should have put anti cards in the IRL cube draft, and you would have been required to anti the piece of Power 9 that you opened. That would have been amazing for content. It would have been so good, right? It would have been so good. Where'd the deck yeah thing come from? There should be a command for it. Exclamation point deck yeah. Probably should have cast that one in response, I'm guessing. Dude, these Needleheads are kind of gas against them, huh? Their whole deck is cantrips. What do you want to do? Activate Rona? Alright, take 2. Cast Consider? Okay, take 2. One of the rare cards that doesn't say draw card on it. We revealed Mox Amber. Wait, that's bad. Because now they can bounce Needlehead. Well, okay. So they can make infinite mana, but they can't. Oh, they bounce the drum. Wait, this is only infinite mana, right? It's not infinite power because they don't have the Jeskai Ascendancy. So they can make infinite mana, but how are they killing me with infinite mana? Right? Because they just have a 1/3. I'm just going to message them in the chat. What's the win condition? I don't want to sit here for 20 minutes while they do this. Got it. Okay. Got it. Wait, no, because now... Okay. All right, you win. I'm deceased. I am officially deceased. This hand's a little suspicious. Little suspicious. 3 land. Okay, we can work with this. I actually kind of think I'm putting back a land here, especially on the draw. Look, man, I just copied a list, all right? It's not... Don't blame me for making the deck. Somebody else made this deck. I'm not trying to tell you it's good. I'm just trying to tell you somebody else made it, you know? That's all I'm saying. Blood Tithe Harvester. Hired Claw. Can play the Needlehead next turn to get a 3/3. Fatal Push. Yep. -2, by the way. I would like you to take 2 damage, please. Yes. Next RCQ season is standard. So the next 4 RCQ seasons are going to be standard, then modern, then standard again. So I hope you like standard. I hope you enjoy standard. Did I scam you on the deck? Yeah. Did I just not play it? I feel like the command has been like, dude, I timed that perfectly. I swear to God, that was not intentional. I timed that so perfectly. I swear to God on my life, that was not intentional. I didn't like set them both up at the same time. Because the soundboard one is random. Yeah, true. There is a bunch of aggro hate, but like there's a bunch of aggro hate, but they also really juiced up the aggressive decks, you know. They gave us like Lava Spike and Burst Lightning and Gitu Lava Runner. There is, you know, Diregraph Ghoul. There's a ton of good aggressive cards. Ooh. You want to draw some cards? Oh, first strike during your turn. Okay. Good thing I read that. Would you like to draw some cards with your Fable the Mirror Breaker opponents? I'm down. True. I mean, it's a good thing I read my card first. I was just going to block. All right, so if they use Fable, they have to take 2, but if they kill my Needlehead, they also have to take 2. Alrighty. Alrighty. Still at 4 versus a Leyline. Like, they're not in a good spot. They're definitely not in a good spot. Yeah, see? Alright, Leyline confirmed goated. Leyline, best card in the format. These main deck Magebane Lizards are extremely suspicious. Just gonna bring in Pawpatches because I think they're the Annex deck. Also, what I don't understand about this deck is Back to Nature with Kumano, Eidolon, and Leyline. Like, why did the person who submitted this deck think that it was going to be a good idea to sideboard Back to Nature when they're playing 12 enchantments? Does that make any sense? Like, I can't figure it out. Just a little suspicious. Yeah, they didn't think that far. They're like, how can I fix my enigmatic incarnation matchup? Oh, I got it. Let's just play Back to Nature. You know. They got to step 2 without thinking about step 1 first. I mean, I've been there. You know, I get it. I've been there. The Screaming Nemesis. The Nemesis. A chick that deals damage to players when you deal non-combat damage to creatures. Oh, okay. I think I know what you're talking about, AZ6. I gotcha. How much do I enjoy Pioneer? A lot. I really, really do enjoy Pioneer. I think it's great. It's just like a lot of different stuff you can do. You know, the format seems relatively wide open now. This draw is insane. They go to 12. And then if they don't have a kill spell for Needlehead, they have to like not use the Fable or take 1,000,000 damage. I like Pioneer though. I think it's good. I wish I had more reasons to play Pioneer. Like I wish there were more tournaments, but The format's fantastic. He built creativity and thought Cherry would be great in it. Yeah, I know, right? But then people realize you can just play Transmogrify, and that works. Okay. I'm with you. I'm with you, Ghoulish. Yeah, push. Really? Interesting. And they're at 7? I mean, I'm just going to slam Ojer. And they go to 4, and they kind of need to have exactly push. And I think that if they had push, they would have just pushed the Nemesis last turns. They probably don't have it in hand now. Chainwhirler Mega cooks them? Nah, I mean, it deals them 1 damage. That's not what Chainwhirler does. Chainwhirler only damages their stuff, not your stuff. But now they're Omega cooked. Ooh, baby. God, Chainwhirler deal you 4 damage is kind of sick. No. There's no reason to attack with both. I guess they're dead either way, right? Regardless of what I do, it doesn't matter. I could attack with both, but... This hand is not bad. I mean, we need to find lands, obviously, but... You know, I feel like if we change this deck around just a little bit, right? Add a couple of lands, maybe some Fable the Mirror Breakers to smooth out draws, and cut some of the stinky cards, like, I think there's kind of something here. Ojer, every time I've cast Ojer, it has been very powerful. Okay. So they probably take Kumano here. That's what I would take. Yeah, there's 2 Spikefields right now, but maybe there should just be 4. Like 20 lands, 4 Spikefield sounds good. Not really interested in playing Soulflare. This is the Mardu Greasefang deck, it looks like. Yeah, okay. You wouldn't discard Parhelion, would you? Well, that is unfortunate. That is very, very unfortunate. Am I deceased? Are we deceased? It seems like we are deceased. Alright, next. So, let's go Ghost Vacuum, Rending Volley. Yeah, the main deck Magebanes are kind of weird. Maybe... Okay, what can we sack the Torch? The new Eldrazi? Yeah, I mean, maybe I'll try it when the new Eldrazi comes out, but not now. What can we sack the Torch? We can sacrifice Kumano, Ghost Vacuum, Leyline. I guess that's enough, right? So be like, cut all of these, board in these, keep in maybe 1 Chainwhirler for the lulz. No, I want to keep all the early pressure. So, like, the way that I want to play this matchup post-board is go, like, especially on the play, I want to go 1-2, and then after I go 1-2, hold up removal the whole game. So I think I want to keep all the cheap stuff in just so I can have... Wait, did I... did I just choose to draw? Whoops. That was not on purpose, by the way. I don't even know what happened. I literally just clicked on no. That's a bold move, Cotton. Let's see how it pays off for you. It's okay. They're not going to cast turn 1 Thoughtseize, and we'll just slam the Ghost Vacuum. It is pretty close to a standard deck. I mean, I guess you lose some of the more powerful cards that are good with Ojer, like specifically Eidolon and Kumano, and then to a lesser extent Chainwhirler. They don't even know how to react. They're like, did you choose the draw? Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Everything is fine. This was intentional. I'm just trying to get in their head, you know? It worked. The extra card really matters here. I mean, you don't know. It kind of does, low key, right? Yeah, see, the best part about taking the draw in game 2 is that if they lose the game, they're going to be like, well, clearly the extra card mattered for my opponent, and then they're just going to choose the draw in game 3. It's part of my whole elaborate plan. I really can't believe that that chat just didn't see it like that. Like it seemed very obvious to me, you know? Like I don't know why you guys couldn't think of that. You got to think outside the box sometimes. I was going to say they didn't take Graveyard Trespasser, but that's because they do not have a land. Which is good for me. I don't know. Do we want to get the Nemesis in play? I kind of want to. It does mean that I'm likely not going to be able to cast Ojer next turn, but I kind of want to get a hit in with the Nemesis while they don't have mana untapped, because like later down the road they can just Fatal Push this. So I think it's harder to get damage in with this. And then if I get them to push the Nemesis, then maybe they don't have a removal spell for the Needlehead, and that ends up being better. Not sure. Okay. Do I want to trade? Yes, because if I don't attack, they can just kill it with the Harvester. Oh, we dropped the challenge. I'm an O2. I decided to switch to the Neoform deck last minute instead of playing the Demons deck, and it may not have been the best choice. I did kind of get blasted. I still like that Neoform deck. We ended up 4-1ing a league with it, and it felt pretty good. I like the Neoform deck. Graveyard Trespasser. All right, do me a big favor and do not kill my Ojer, okay? You gotta promise me. Gotta promise me you're not gonna kill this Ojer. I need you to make me a promise, okay? Insane MTG. You need to cooperate. Let's go! That's gonna be a -4. You drew a card? Oh, take 4 damage. See, I told you. You guys don't understand. It's the elaborate ploy of choosing to draw on purpose. Now that my opponent has lost the game, what are they going to think about during sideboarding? Like the only thing that's going to be going through their mind is how I chose to draw and won. So, like they're obviously going to do it for game 3, right? We got them right where we want them. Wow, you chose to play first? That is a bold choice. Very, very bold choice. Hey, what's up, Dontech? Yeah, maybe I just wanted the draw anyways. Did you not see what happened last game in St. MTG? Are you oblivious to the previous game that took place? Completely oblivious. I'm also very glad I bought Ghost Vacuums before they spiked. They're like unreasonably expensive now. More than a card like that should be. Yeah, if they cast Thoughtseize, they lose 4 life to the Leyline. No! Rude. Alright, well. We had a good run. We had a good run. Prepare the 07s. Prepare the 07s, please. Alright, take 2. You wouldn't discard a Parhelion now, would you? Oh, okay. Not dead. Hold. Hold. Hearst was 15 at one point? I don't remember that. I mean, I'll take your word for it, but I just don't remember it. All right, chat, what are we at? We have 53 subs left to go before the Deck Yeah t-shirt. If anybody's got a spare Twitch Prime sub, any all help is greatly appreciated, getting us that much closer to the Deck Yeah t-shirt. If you get it, like I said, spare Prime sub, it is completely free with your Amazon Prime subscription. And I know what you're thinking. You really want to see Deck Yeah on a t-shirt. I do too. I'm at 12. So they're going to go to 8. They're going to draw a card for turn, go to 6. And then if they Fable for 2 cards, they go to 2, which then they just can't cast any spells. So they can't even really use the Fable here. And then if they cast Fatal Push on Needlehead, they take 4. So, like, how do they even get out of this? Well, now they just can't win, right? Now that they're at 2. So, yeah. Would you like to cast any spells? Would you like to cast a spell? You would like to cast a spell. Okay. Nice. Yeah, this is just mono red prison. It before Ritual of Soot. Stop, I have flashbacks. I have nightmares about that card, alright? Don't say those words on this stream. Yeah, and that is a perfect way to end that league. By the way, the most important lesson that you need to know about that league, if you're watching us on YouTube, always take the draw. Always take the draw. I don't know, this deck was pretty cool. Like I said, I think there's some interesting things going on here and interesting synergies. Like specifically, the one that came up a lot was Needlehead plus Ojer. Like that comes up a lot. Just like Eidolon plus Leyline. Every time if they go to kill your Eidolon, they take 4 damage. I'm not a huge fan of the main deck Magebane Lizards, and I wasn't a huge fan of Chandra, but everything else was kind of nice. And I think that if we just cut the Magebanes and the Chandras for like Fables and a couple more lands, this might be a reasonable deck. So maybe something worth considering. And it just so happens that a lot of this stuff is legal in Standard too, right? Like Hired Claw, Needlehead, Nemesis, Ojer, all Standard legal. So maybe there is a version of this in Standard as well. But if you're watching us on YouTube, please be sure to like, subscribe, comment, let me know what you thought down below. We'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, YouTube.